Is my sound on? Someone did. Hey, so we got True Self, Queen Know Her, Justice, Divine Understanding, Kasim, Arabi. You know, I had to you know, in the interest of keeping things on time, I want to get me a little guide degree here. You know, I don't want to be missing meals right now because you know I'm about to fast. It's a little stew chicken dip. I hate to eat in front of y'all without offering y'all, but that's the way the internet works. So I don't know what's the deal out there, what we got going on. You know, today's topic is you know, it's a little bit inspired. I'm sure everybody you know, is able to grasp. Everybody's able to grasp the meaning of a little over 17 million. But you know, some stuff that I was thinking about today made that degree significant. DC Realm, what's the deal? Let me see what's going on with the next game. Whoa. I don't know why every time I make an accident, every time I press a button by accident, that's the button that I press. I'm not sure why that is. But yeah, we're supposed to be checking the next game. You know, because you know I send you the link. I got the Knicks app. You know what I'm saying? You know, you need to join the ranks. You need to join the ranks of those of us that you know, we stay in tune like this. See, apparently there's no game today. Next game is against the 76ers. So you know how we do. BC Run will be tuning into the playoffs to watch the Knickerbockers. But other than that, what's going on out there in TV land? I can't even. Where's the okay. Apparently I used up all of my free time on StreamYard. You say get bounced out. Are you suggesting that the Knicks might be bounced out of the playoffs? Because this is clearly you just surely really decent. You know, these are my last couple of meals before the fast. I'm trying to get down to business. You said you're not suggesting you're making a bold proclamation. Okay, look, let's all write this down. Let's all write this down that BC Rome is making this bold proclamation. Alamel. So it's looking like it's going to be interesting today. So let's try it the other way this day. Today, I don't, does anybody have any questions? Does anybody have any questions now? So then we don't have to extend the end of the live stream out for whatever. Are you suggesting BC Realm that there is some team out there that might be competitive with the Knicks? You know, as you write here, that it's going to be a battle. Says who? Luke Cage. Who knows about this crazy talk you're talking right now, BC Realm? Free Cipher is suggesting that the Orlando Magic is going to win the Eastern Conference. Please.
Peace. Where you get your food from? The Jamaican spot?
Yeah.
They charge you a lot, right?
Nah, it's $11.
No, you can go to Spanish restaurant.
Sometimes I don't know.
You don't like their food like that?
They
Why
make,
you just don't cook at
they
home?
make too much pay.
Depends on what you're eating.
If you eating that, you just
That's sad what happened to K-Ball do it. I knew her, but I never knew that was he was the father. I just spoke and was like, she used to hang out with Sil and Melissa and all of them. I was like, yeah, that was a Spanish school, but they was called themselves Afro-Latinos. I went to school with some of them. I know a lot of people, right?
yeah, as I say, you went to school with everybody.
Well, because you know, my cousin Haji, Sinister is his cousin. There was Zeke said. Then his sister married one of the other D-sets that used to be with Mechatron, one of the leaders. Yeah. Like the debate today. I really do. The debate that you be at today. I like your point of view.
I don't have no debates, man. What are you talking about?
You saw yelling screaming, I don't do separation in Medina, they do their own separation.
You do separation.
You know, this is what I said. When I was growing up, Dina and Pilon had strong foundations in the desert. There wasn't so many people from back there.
See, this is what I'm saying.
They don't go everywhere.
Yeah, but see, just say the guys.
Some guys from Mecca
No, it don't matter. No, see,
let's say some of the guys.
Of the universe.
Girls of the universe. Most girls from Medina go
see,
everywhere.
no, say of the universe.
The universe. Why you think, okay.
Just say
Girls of the universe. Why do you think in Houston they even changed the name to H Medina?
Because one of y'all went down there caused a separation.
You know who did that. And you know some people mad at him for that too, so we're gonna leave that.
I don't know. Listen.
I never did that. I wouldn't know what it was.
I don't get involved with that stuff. I don't get involved with that. I don't get involved. That's why you gotta deal with the degrees, man. See, when you deal with degrees, see, first of all, people don't be wanting to come around. I don't want to come around. Because you might ask them something. About all that other stuff, I don't get involved with all that back and forth. If the playoffs started today, let me see. Do they have the standings? Good question. Let's check that out. So if it ended right now, I think the Knicks would be facing the Magic. That's what it looks like. No. The Knicks would be facing the 76ers. The Celtics would be facing the Mavericks. I mean the Magic. The 4 and the 5 seed play. So the Knicks being the 4 seed, we would be playing the 5 seed Philadelphia 76ers. Interesting. But you said you just made the end of the live stream. So a little over 17 million. What would you have that number at in the 2020s? See, Knicks fans think alike. That's how I know you love the Knicks. That's how I know you love the Knicks. Because Knicks fans think alike. Because that was just my question. See, because let's back up the tape, right? It's not supposed to be no Muslims other than righteous. Now, I don't know how many, I don't think many of us was alive in 1934 when they wrote that. But from your studies and what you might have heard, people you spoke to in your family, right? Was it 17 million righteous Muslims walking around in 1934? Yeah, I said, let's see, Luke Cage, you wasn't on yesterday. But see, I'm starting my fast on Thursday. You see that type of, I could do that. I could do that type of thing. You know, but see that, you know, that's yeah, I don't drink coffee. So, you know, when I need a caffeine boost or something, that's what I do. But back to the point. Oh, Harmony, what's going on? How long you been how long have you been on it, Harmony? How long have you been on? There wasn't the 17 million originals and not Muslims. I thought it said original Muslims. Am I mistaken? Ah, man, see, you know, I was trying to see, I didn't see, I was trying to hide that for you. I guess I kind of so you know my you know I still had the same question. You know, has anybody heard of this large population, you know, 17 million people in America that was righteous in 1934? sometimes Luke Cage asked if I still do my calisthenics when I'm fasting. You know, the last 2 times I fasted, I stuck with the program. This week, I might get 1 day in because Friday is a workout day for me this week. So I'm gonna hit it. Twitter, I mean, I pretty much gave up on Twitter. Like I may have to get a new account or something. I may have to get a new account or something, but I pretty much figured that's Elon Musk, they under new management. Because I'm not going through no whole bunch of stuff, man, just to be on the internet. You gotta show your driver's license and all this shit. Like, look, I got a good enough life out here in the regular world where I don't need to live to alter reality and all that. But just everybody, let's pretend that Harmony Equality didn't find out that I was fasting, and let's don't mention it. Don't bring it up again. Because we trying to fast with a straight face this time. I'm trying to keep a straight face this time. You said you just did your first hip hop showcase. And I don't know if y'all trying to distract me if y'all think that see that doesn't work. I'm still wondering, did anybody see this population or hear about this population of 17 million righteous Muslims existed in America in 1934? Yeah. Harmony Quad, you said you did your first hip hop showcase. I'm saying you was the promoter or you was the artist. You pay so half the sets, maybe. I mean, depending on the day, I don't really do that much sets. This particular week for me is this is a reps week. Like some week I do a lot of sets, some week I do a lot of reps, per set. So but it's definitely something, that's one of the things that you do in fasting. You know what I'm saying? Is you come in tune, with the body and you know what I'm saying, you gotta play it by ear. Yeah, nah, so I was just telling people right now. See, I'm about to fast. So, I can do that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? See, plus, you know, I'm still fairly active. You know what I'm saying? Where that's one of the reasons, like even if you notice a lot of ex-athletes, you know what I'm saying? Like you see people where they be like, yeah, I was a high school sports star. you know, and you looking at them now and they like, you know, they a little bit heavier where you wouldn't think that they was athletic like that. But what it is that when they active, you can eat all types of stuff. You know, even if you eating healthy, you can eat amounts, right? Because you constantly burning it off. You know what I'm saying? But you know, once you get that good job behind that desk, you know, and you still eating the same way, done deal. You know what I'm saying? Well, Shannon Sharp, now look, Shannon Sharp is in shape, you know what I mean? But you know, Shannon is kind of pushing the line there where it's like, bro, you know, are you juicing? You know, and I, you know, you can't say that he is, but you can't say that he's not. But yeah, definitely, you know, that there's other people. What's the other guy from Pittsburgh, the linebacker? But you said the 20th degree and 1 at 36. You asked us to break it down. No, I'm asking, has anybody heard about this population, right, of over 17 million people that was righteous Muslims in the wilderness of North America in the year 1934? I mean, it seems like a simple question right now. Y'all pulling a Fonnie Willis on me. Where, you know, I ask a simple yes or no question, and you telling me that you like Grey Goose. I mean, but I'm eating right here. This is a little stew chicken. Little stew chicken and rice and peas. So you said some originals did not know they were Muslims, so they couldn't be accounted for if they did not know who they are. Okay. Oh right, Luke Cage, you're right. The TRT, you know, the steroids that you get from by prescription. The steroids that you get by by prescription from the doctor, you know what I'm saying? So harmony equality. So you're saying that yes, you've heard about this population of 17, a little over 17 million righteous Muslims. So what have you heard about? You said I may be way off the mark, but when I see 17, I think Queen, knowledge God, was this a reference to or allusion to the potential of those who submit to God, the potential earths to be taught? I mean, that's valid. I mean, I wouldn't say just the earths. You understand what I'm saying? Because, you know, everybody got a knowledge God. You understand what I'm saying? You know, so, you know, yeah, if they are righteous Muslims, then they supposed to be living the meaning of civilization. So the 17 is valid. We not, but there's something in particular, and it's just a little bit in reference to one of the questions the brother asked me yesterday in terms of somebody that he wanted to see them elevate in the knowledge of self or whatever, right? But they didn't want it for themselves. And so there's a little thing in here, right? There's a little thing in here, a little point that I'm making. So I'm gonna assume that y'all have not heard about this population of 17 million righteous people, right? And neither have I. Now, see, one of the things that prompted this topic, right, as we was talking about the history, and a lot of times, right, when you hear us talking about the rally, when it was standing room only and all of that, and we talk about how many people was around and how many people we had in the cipher. Don't it sound like we talking about a little over 17 million? A little over 17 million of us used to come to every rally? You said, yeah, yes, but it's more on a mental aspect, not physical. Okay. So tell me a little bit more about it. Yeah, I heard of it in the lessons. But see, there's a lot of things in the lessons, right? That the authors of that is far in the logic. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times, you read something in a book or whatever, and you may have never been exposed to that knowledge before. This may be groundbreaking knowledge, right? But then somewhere out there in the world, it's supposed to be this reality existing or some proof of this reality, being a real phenomenon, right? So that being said, what happened to those 17 million? Likewise, what happened to that little over 17 million people that we always talk about at the standing room only rallies? Hey, Qasim, is that the Qasim? You're not the Qasim that asked about are you the brother that asked about the philosophical guy, the philosopher from Germany? I think Kant. Alan said they fell a victim. Okay. You said it's pronounced what? Whoa. I don't know if YouTube allows me to use that. I don't know if YouTube allows me to use that pronunciation right there. You know, they already gonna send out my alerts and all that. Yeah, but is that the Kasim that asked me about that? Certain love. You know, certain love. You know how like when people play video games. But listen, I'm still asking y'all about that 17 million. Don't think, see, this is I've been doing this for decades. Don't think that another topic came up and I forgot to ask you that question. But yeah, certain love, you know, how you play video games now and you got a character and you live out the career of the character. You know, I lived out like a whole scenario like that. In my mind, I lived out a whole scenario like that, right? With you and shit. You know, but in this scenario, certain love, you was one of us. Meaning you was rolling with Rush. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't recall the exact year you said you got to junior high school, right? But I mean, you know the hood. We couldn't have brought you to 183rd. You know what I'm saying? We couldn't take you everywhere. You know what I'm saying? But you wasn't out of our range of people that was around us at that time. You know what I'm saying? Like we would have came in your block, made sure you was good. We'd have come to pick you up from school. You know what I'm saying? We'd have brought you to the rally. You know what I'm saying? But the only thing that's bad about this scenario, son, love, is you would have got me in mad trouble, son. Yeah, listen. See, because everybody knew that I was doing shit that somebody, you know, much younger than me shouldn't have been involved with. So, you know, I can just picture it now, man. You know, but I'd have brought you to the school. See, first of all, this would probably be your live stream now. All the Jews that I got, Prince probably gave them to you. You know, and you know, a lot of people would just be like, yo, man, you know, like Colleen, you know, don't be having that boy smoking crack. You know, of course, no one knows why I would have you smoking crack when I never smoke crack. But that doesn't matter. Colleen, all roads lead to crack smoking. You know, and El Naheem would have told you, don't be around me until go to school, do your homework, and then go around him. Don't be around him in the daytime. But yeah, I mean, you know, see, mothers like me. But see, if we'd have met your mom, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you was the type of little kid that could go around. You know what I'm saying? But you know, we was in all the parks. You know, you'd been, you know, I don't know. What do you think? You think you could have handled that certain love rolling with us? You know, you had to know your degrees though. You know, we'd have been on you when we seen you. You had to know your lessons. But I mean, If you was with us every day, it would have been hard not to. You know, if you was with us every week, it would have been hard not to. That's but you know, to me that was uncanny that you went to all you I mean clearly you lived in my neighborhood and shit. I don't know how you missed us. You had to see us. You had to see us. Or either because between like 183rd and like Meshulah Parkway, we was on every block. And we wasn't unknown to no particular block over there. So I don't know how we missed you, man, but we all got a story like that. We could have got the knowledge a little bit before. You know what I'm saying? But look, it could have been, sometimes you gotta look at the positive side. So you might have got caught up with Jaquette. You know what I'm saying? And then, following him because you would have been younger than that. So, you fuck around, follow him in the wrong direction, man. But yeah, I said him. Not saying this is your fault, but just saying that, look, I happened to be watching something the other day, and it was saying that a lot of the philosophy, a lot of the justification for slavery came from that guy Khan. Whatever y'all say his name is. I'm just saying that, small fucking world. You know what I'm saying? But, not knowing that about him before, but I already, kind of rejected him, but that was crazy. So smell goods in terms of what happened to the 17 million. We back there now. Says people move, people fell victim. People was only there to listen to some good words. Shout out to Wise Prince. They were part-time 5%. Hey, listen. So Queen No Her said they lost the knowledge of God or themselves. Alamel said the little over 17 million had fear in him from a little boy or girl. Freedom Culture said, is a Muslim son original? Well, they kind of separated them right there when they, when they say these is original and these is something else. That's basically a sign. So Jay says some of the 17 million went on their way to teach. Indeed. Harmony Equality says 17 million on a mental aspect are those who know who they are, understanding their nature. I can't confirm 17 million righteous Muslims. On the physical aspect, that would be those who are blinded. Well, that's you kind of double talking there because, if they know who they are and understand their nature, then they can't be the blinded ones. Fine, True 793rd. You said, would they still be righteous if they were made blind, deaf, and dumb by the devil when they were babies? Yeah, Aqueduct in 190. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we should be on the duck. We was all over it, man. You know what I'm saying? If you came into the Kingsbridge, Fort Road area, it was like I said, but you was younger. You probably wasn't, but trust me, you came on Fort Road or something, you seen us before. We didn't know you, you didn't know us. Boom! Divine Reality. You must be a Knicks fan too. Divine Reality says they couldn't swim the 9,000 miles. They couldn't keep their head above the wisdom. And see, like when some people say, you know what I'm saying, they were made blind, deaf, and dumb by the devil when they were babies. See, you was handicapped right at the beginning of your journey. See, because remember yesterday, the brother that was asking, he's like, how you saved this brother right here? You know what I'm saying? That, I think he should be elevating, but he's not elevating. And then he was even saying that, well, the brother that he was talking about in the beginning, that brother was trying to teach him. But yeah, that happens to all of us, right? When we dive in, it's full. See, when we on the beach and everybody talking about, yeah, how it's going to be when we get to the other side, it's a whole lot of us. But then when you get to the end of that 9,000 miles and you look, like, yo, where's everybody at? And see, now look, like Jay was saying right here, some of the 17 million went on their way to teach. So yeah, some people, see, you swam to this shore, they swam to another, they made it to the shore. But see, like Jay said, they're on a different post. See, we can be a part of the same unit, right? Working on the same thing and never see each other because we just on different posts. And it's the same thing, with all these other things that you hit. When people tell you about how good it was in this time, it was 17 million righteous people. We had 17 bottles, $17 million, 17 blanks. We had 17 women at the same time. What happened to it now? What happened to it now? See, because being on the square, that part of that means maintaining. See, if you manifest the truth and you stand on the square to maintain it. So was all that just an illusion? Because if it wasn't an illusion, right, we know that things change. But there's going to be some evidence that things wasn't always this way. There should be some things that exist that was born from that knowledge and wisdom. So how do you decipher, juxtapose the language of original nation versus righteous Muslim, which separates them, or are they one and the same based on your question? Well, first of all, you know, you got this set, right? Meaning that everybody's lesson doesn't say original nation. Some people's lessons say original people. You know what I'm saying? Uh, you know, in the lessons in general, right? But in particular with that, You're dealing with specifics. You know what I'm saying? Like you saying that it's original nation, right? But then you're defining it further as an original nation of righteous Muslims. You know what I'm saying? You know, other people, if they went into the details the way they seen it, they would say that they were righteous Hebrews. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, in terms of what you saying is are they talking about the same people? Yes. So you said, would they be righteous Muslims? Not at the end of the 9,000 miles. That's the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? You know, according to how we deal with things, right? Because we say what used to be never really was. Proof rules. How do you define righteous? Uh, a pattern of doing right where the benefit not only goes to you, but the people that's around you. You know what I'm saying? Like you got people that they do what's right for them, you know, but we, don't necessarily consider them righteous. You know what I'm saying? You know, like if a person is starving, right? A person is starving. You know, the right thing to do is for them to get some food. Let's say that their child is starving. The right thing for them to do is to get the baby some food, right? But suppose they run out, bash you over the head with a brick, and take all your money. Now, they did the right thing. They just, the babies got to eat. They did that was right. But it was not, that's not righteous. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? You gotta, the righteousness gotta spread out. You see what I'm saying? In the same way that a person who self harms, right? That's wrong, right? But they would never hurt another person. Like they go out their way to make sure, look, I'm about to hurt myself, but you go over there so you don't get hurt. You see, that's where establishment and righteousness, uh, you know, kind of go a step beyond just you doing a thing that's wrong or a thing that's right. You said that's my question because the way I see it, they would not be living righteously if they ate the wrong food from the start, which is now you understanding what I'm saying. Is that we still got to swim 9,000 miles every day. You know what I'm saying? In every situation. Like you enter into a new cipher for whatever reason, new job, new hobby, whatever it is. You got to swim 9,000 miles. You're going to have to go from knowledge to born, from you having the idea that you want to be involved in that cipher, right? I hate when people call me at the time when I'm like, then I don't even know this person. Do the same everything. Where was I at now? Oh yeah. So kind of the point of today's what's the name, right? Is where are they now? You know what I'm saying? A lot of things started out a kind of way. You see, after you swim the 9,000 miles, right? Are you still saying you the Asiatic black man? See, that's the thing about that water. See, in some spots, the water is cold. In some spots, you got killer sharks. These is the trials and tribulations. The 9,000 miles, those three ciphers can be love, peace, and happiness, or it could be death, hell, and destruction. Some people can't make it. You understand what I'm saying? See, because remember, you got to know how to navigate. It ain't just jumping in the water. See, you jumped in the water. Did you know how to get home? See, remember what we was talking about yesterday? Did you jump in that water knowing what you was doing, or did you not even know how to swim when you got in? You was just following. You seen some other people over there frolicking in the water, and you jumped in. But you couldn't swim 9 feet. And so, ultimately, the lesson of that is don't be the person that gets left behind. Don't be the person that when we touch down, right, on the home shores, we like, yo, what happened? What happened to you? See, because we see the news every day. You know what I'm saying? We just got news recently. You know what I'm saying? Of people that they, they couldn't make the 9,000 miles. Some people make the 9,000 miles, right? But they thought at the end of the 9,000 miles, it was going to be some illusion shit. See, your idea of the condition of heaven. See, like harmony and equality was just talking about dietary law, right? For some people, heaven would be just baby back ribs, 24 hours a day. Endless supply of baby back ribs. That's heaven for them. Or, these cats, look, 99 virgins. That's heaven for them. So see, at the end, was you here still on your search for the mystery God? So the same way you went and put money in the basket every week because you thought that was going to get you to heaven, you came here and you did certain things, but you thought in the end, right? Maybe you studied the lessons, but you never got to the 40th degree. So you got people that's confused. They think, all this Armageddon shit, that it's going to be all this death, hell, and destruction. That's not what it says. It says peace and happiness. But if your idea was that, look, we're going to swim this 9,000 miles, right? And that's just the first leg. Then we get over there, it's a tailor over there. He make your wings for you, and then you fly the rest of the way. So then you get there and you can't fly, and you like, yo, wait a minute, man. But see, from the very beginning, you still was Christian. That's the reality. And see, like I was telling the brother yesterday, right? In terms of he was saying, yo, how do I help this person? Nah, bro, we all got to swim our own 9,000 miles. Nobody, think about it. I mean, maybe something I don't know. Can somebody explain to me how somebody else might can swim for you? Especially we talk about 9,000 miles. We talk about across the pool here. And see, just like I said, look, some people gotta leave alone because look, if a person is drowning and you try to save them and they fight you, both of y'all could drown. Like that's actually a science. I never did it myself, but when you do the lifeguard stuff, they teach you that you gotta sneak up on the person. You gotta shock them somehow, you know what I'm saying, to throw them off guard. And then by the time they get back on guard, they realize that you're trying to save them, and then they be less likely to fight you. So I look at it the same way, where, look, and look, it's always been that way. In terms of, look, there's a lot of people that, look, I like them as people, like, you's a cool dude, but look, I know my lessons. You know what I'm saying? And look, you couldn't speak for nobody. When I was getting, it wasn't like, well, nah, he know it, but he just, what? You didn't speak for him? All right, so how you see? You couldn't say everybody had to swim their 9,000 miles. You know what I'm saying? You said Armageddon is within from my perspective. I mean, he said, peace to the guys on the 90th anniversary of the Supreme Wisdom. I never quite looked at it like that, but I guess today is the anniversary of the Supreme Wisdom. Hold up, what was I saying here? Where it says sound like a heart attack. Oh yeah, but see this Armageddon, right, is within, like, nah, man. Like, yeah, see, it's positive and negative. And we understand that these things got pulling and pushing power on each other. You understand what I'm saying? And so, yeah, there's polarity. You see what I'm saying? but necessarily that polarity got to work in a adversarial way, right? Because the proton and the neutron exist harmoniously and in balance in the atom. And all this right here exists of atoms. So on some level, right, at least we would think that harmony and balance could also exist in other things. Like just like yesterday, we was talking about a lot of the, conflict between man and woman. See that just because it's different polarities, right, don't mean that it's supposed to be adversarial. So, just Armageddon is not our teaching. Our teachings is love, hell, or right. You gotta come out right. Peace. Okay, check the law school and Mecca community section. I don't think I want to do that. What did you say here? You said sounds like a heart attack. What sounds like a heart attack?
Lights up, huh? Lights up, huh?
Yeah. But see, Wild Prince, one of the things that we was discussing here, right, is a lot of people can't make it through the head. The topic of a little over 17 million, right? You said, did you know Professor Marvin Gatlin? The name is not unfamiliar, but I can't place it right now. I don't. But yeah, we was, just speaking about, you got the 17 million, but, we were speaking even in terms of, that really was my more point, was to relate it to us, right? Because we was talking about, the old school, and we was talking about, when the rally, standing in room only. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, that guy. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I knew him. He used to be right down there by where the old Golden Crush used to be. But right, by Staples. That's like more towards the corner though. He used to be in the middle of the block. Him, Tahuti, not Tahuti, what's the guy's name? The guy returned to the Essence not too long ago. They used to sell the books. And they used to all be there in front of that store where they used to sell the African clothes. But y'all knew him. But which one of these? You said, do you always have to go through hell to make it right? Not uh yeah, Messiah. Not you I mean you can just be right, right? You can. But how you know it's right? Unless you had it tested. See, even, with all of us, right? Like I said, you got to swim 9,000 miles. You know what I'm saying? So look, my family, they tested me. They put me through that degree of hell, right? Where it was like, okay, you don't eat pig, right? Well, let's see about when you get hungry enough. You know what I'm saying? Or this is your principle right here. Oh, well, let's see what happens when we just, we make the penalty for you having that principle this. Let's see what happens when we take away the rewards. You want to be right. I see. You see what I mean? And so until you've really been through that, how you know? You know what I'm saying? Like how many words, you might have mispronounced, when you was a baby. And you don't know until you get exposed to the real deal. You see what I mean? Which look, coinciding again with some that I was saying, if not the last class in the last couple of classes, that, if we go out there and manifest who we are, it can't be that much phonies. The real exposes the fake without even trying. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, you can just be right. But there's a danger of you becoming one of the people that can't swim the 9,000 miles. You said, was the little over 17 million, are they the ones who know God? Well, it tells you in the lesson right there. Immediately after that, it starts telling you how, they was handicapped at the very beginning of their journey of swimming the 9,000 miles by being made blind, deaf, and dumb by the devil when they were babies. You know what I'm saying? And on throughout that, it continues to tell you how they're not able to swim the 9,000 miles. You know what I'm saying? So, they are the knowledge of God. You know what I'm saying? Like that's who the original man is. But the limitation there is the story of the 1 in 36. So Queen Nora said, two people don't need to go through it for a person to love you. I mean, oh, I see now you talking about something else. I was about to, I see. Hey, disregard. Prince said it's important not to stay in hell, meaning the hell in one's mind. I say, I'll go through hell to help you, but I'm not staying. Yeah, it comes a point. It comes a point. Love Eternal said, hell can be the refusal to accept the truth. Oh, you said, yeah, rib, yeah, look, ribs every day, that's some people's heaven. You know, just like, look, some people, to some people, you know, like, for instance, right, you know the hot seat? I ain't noticed no change in temperature. I didn't even notice, you know, maybe it's because I'm born in the summertime. You see what I'm saying? For some people, the cipher was hell. The same stuff that I loved about the knowledge was hell to some other people. You know, having to know 120, people asking you, you know what I'm saying, 120, all that. But see, first of all, see, I'm proactive. Meaning, look, I'm already building. So when you see me, you ain't got to ask me these days, man. You see, as soon as I see we dealing with the signs. To some people, seeing me is hell. Like, ah, man, this fucking guy, he's gonna want to ask some fucking. That's what happens. You know, a person gets the knowledge, right? Or whatever you get involved in, right? You pick up a new hobby, you start playing a new sport, right? Thinking that it's going to be a certain kind of way. And then the expectation may surpass what you thought it was going to be, or it may be nothing like what you thought it was going to be. And because a lot of people is coming here already with the Christianity, right? This is what they're expecting. Then now, see, I thought after I studied the lessons, I was going to be able to make lightning bolts come out my finger. I thought after I studied the lessons that if I cried, that it was going to rain outside. And so now, in their disappointment, they keep seeking wherever they're going. You said, love, hella right is what I learned from Knowledge God, Medina Firstborn. So you speak to Knowledge God? Knowledge God. Yeah, I met him. I met him before, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, yeah, Knowledge God be going in. You know, I don't know if it'd be him, if it'd be the people he be talking to, but yeah, I've been in his crosshairs a couple times. You know what I'm saying? You know, Knowledge God. He's a, he's a, whew, you know, but like you said, you know, he played his part in history, so it is what it is. But I stay away from it. Right. Some people, you tell them you fasting, it's like, what? Why would you do something like that? You're fasting. You're not gonna eat for 3 days, only water. Look, I know people that didn't get the knowledge because of that. You know what I'm saying? At one time that was something that was like, man, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times we used to fast together at the same time. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, whatever brothers in the cipher that I'm building it. You know what I'm saying? So, when what's coming up, you're like, oh man. So what that means is that what you look at as heaven and hell can develop and grow and change. Wait, would you say here love has to be separated from Zeus and nymphs from Rome in its mythology? Okay, at first, when I first read that, but now I see, I understand your point. But you know what it is? See, you gotta break things down. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you say things, right? And it's like, I gotta think of something else that you didn't say in order to understand what you said. Like, see, when you say it has to be separated from Zeus and nymphs from Rome, it's like, oh, okay, you talking about Cupid and Eros and the agave or whatever they call that stuff. But see, you made me have to think about something else to understand what you're saying. It's easier if you just speak in my language and then let me understand what you're saying. You see what I mean? That's why I was teaching the way he was teaching, you know what I'm saying, with the Bible and the Christianity and that kind of stuff. See, like, look, that's the beauty part of 120 lessons for me. Like, that was one of the reasons that I felt like, in that time, when I was really, when you kid, you in that stage of life, you know what I'm saying, and you're going, like I said, I come outside my house, and think, where is the whipping boys at today? I'm gonna go bomb them. Like I had certain people in mind, like, yeah, I'm gonna go see that person over there, because I bet they don't know the days of it. Now, that's certain people that got the knowledge, but I'm saying even people who didn't have the knowledge, right? You know what I'm saying? And we out there building, I'm saying, if it's the Ansars or the Jehovah Witness kind of my house or preachers or whoever it is, right? See, they got the Bible. They got all these books that the codes and the bullshit that's included is so thick and shit that it's hard for you to understand it and manifest it. Whereas I got 120 lessons, right? Cut straight to the point. You see what I'm saying? And it's a little bit easier for you to understand. See what I mean? Because it's basically one code that comes from Fuad and Elijah, as opposed to the Bible, where this book has come from all these different various books and times and places, right? Where it's multiple codes. So then that makes it a little bit harder to understand to the lay person. It don't say straight up, the black man is God of the universe. Yeah, it says other stuff, ye are gods, or ye are. Who the fuck is ye? You know, and then in this day and time, is it ye or is that yay? Is it saying Kanye West is God? You see what I'm saying? Whereas 120 Lessons is unequivocal, right? The black man is God. You know what I'm saying? So, just in terms of, when you're speaking, right? See, the greater your wisdom, the less words you gotta use. See, that's how you can tell I ain't that wise. I gotta be on here talking 3 hours to get one point across. The greater your wisdom, the less words you gotta use to get your point across. Hey, look, the wheel, all these kind of things. Look, who knows, man? The West Coast said, heaven for me is being deep in the cipher, one that can take hours of building. That's what I'm saying. That's hell for some people. Like some people get in one cipher like that, fall victim. Like this is what this is about. Like, people questioning you. Why is everybody questioning me? He said the gold pill drives one into 120 lessons in the root of civilization. Look, all I gotta tell you, look, Shaka Nulu. When you listen to this, contact this brother here and give him some advice. We try and keep this inside the bounds of said heaven is definitely peace in the midst of all this chaos. That's why I see love is the highest form of understanding. I mean, with all these things, right? With all these things, you gotta have that stuff. Just like I was saying before, like, see, if you don't have peace, you're not gonna find peace. Like if you're not at peace, you don't have peace yourself, right? You're not gonna run into people outside and be peace with them. Peace, Darkim. Peace. Yes, I mean, if you don't have happiness in yourself, right? You ain't gonna go outside and they're gonna make you happy. Like I'm fairly sure that's kind of the definition of depressed. And see, heaven is one of them things like that too. Because how many people have we seen in the perfect situation? But they describe it as hell. But if you was in that situation, you're like, shit. Why do I wake up every day and do what the fuck I do if I could get a situation like that? And the same thing, see, if you got heaven, right? Motherfucker can't really fuck you up like that. Like some shit might happen to make you have to take a lateral step, maybe. Yes, I mean, in terms, you want to move ahead, you want to move forward, right? You might have to take a lateral step because some shit happened, but they can't fuck you up because you got heaven in you. You know, person that got hell in them, they're gonna fuck up all kinds of situations. Where we all here, it's all good, we grooving. This motherfucker he's like you said, you got Armageddon inside you, man. He's gonna start some shit. We all know that person. Does coming to the knowledge of self teach one how to be built for this? See, like when babies is born, right? They got arms and legs, but they don't know how to use them. The potential power is there, right? But they got to learn that they built for this. You know what I'm saying? Kind of going back to the question that Harmony asked, right? How do you know you built for it until it's time to build? You see what I'm saying? So, who you are is who you are. If you're not built for this, it's nothing I'm gonna tell you that's gonna change you. That's gonna change that. You understand what I'm saying? But getting the knowledge and being around the right people will bring out your characteristics of what you was built for. You see what I mean? If that's what you was built for. By the same token, right? Any other world that you go into, right? And people introduce that to you, right? It could be something negative. Some people, they'll do something negative, with the people and everything. And then there's some people that thrive off of that shit. You understand what I'm saying? And if that's what you built for, but if you never was introduced to those people, you understand what I'm saying? Like you get introduced to a way of life that allows you to express who you are, either without penalties or with rewards, right? Because look, here's a theory that I always had. Is Quizon Quaco Lamont still on here? Maybe District 120? Somebody that's been in the military, right? Because I've had a theory for years, right? That if you a psycho killer, right? That you could go in the military and hide that for decades. And you can satisfy your drive, right? But it's in a forum where you're rewarded for that, as opposed to you trying to live that out in some other area of society. You see what I'm saying? So it's characteristics that I have that wouldn't sway well in a different world. You see what I'm saying? But here, it causes me to thrive. Sublimation. I gotta look that one up. I forgot what sublimation means. I mean, I know sublime. But sublimation, I gotta check that out. Knowledge of self is actually building oneself. Yeah, that's been kind of the, what we've been hitting at mostly in 2024. That see, when we studying the lessons, we come into the knowledge, right? We studying what brothers is building on. We studying what's on the paper. But are you really studying yourself, and studying what you're embodying, what your existence is manifesting the meaning of? True self, you said that. Is this you saying that characteristic would be groomed? Like if a person was in the military and he was a psycho killer, that they would groom that. That's what I'm saying. But you go in there and they teach you how to make bombs. You know what I'm saying? They teach you how to, fire all types of weapons and everything. So you getting like, look, it was a dude, right? I seen a show one time. I think it was on HBO. And this dude, he was an undertaker. He worked at the funeral home. And they were saying that how he came to work there was that he had started torturing small animals. Like he had like killed some cats and shit and cut them up and shit and dismembering shit. And so, they was a little bit worried about him or whatever, but whoever came up with this solution, they brought him down to the funeral parlor and they showed him how to do the embalming and all the, prepare the body. And when you saw, they showed him doing his craft, and when you saw just the joy on his face, as he's, taking out the organs and, all the different things, like he's like super excited, and seeing that was one of the things that made me form that opinion that, this guy is a sicko. But fortunately for him, his family found a way for him to live that out without him getting in trouble. So they're geniuses. That's a fact, Queen on her. Some people are built for savagery and they can get the knowledge and become worse. It is. In every life, there's gladiators. That's what I call the gladiators. Like, the people that's been smoking crack since like 1982? Like they might have been to the rehab a couple times, but they ain't never did like no long bed or nothing like that. They've been smoking crack since 1982. And I mean, they smoke crack, so you can't say they fine, but I mean, they good. Like, they might even got a job. It's you know nobody like that? Just they gladiators. Same thing, amongst women, you see some of them and it's like, they gladiators, man. They 50 years old, still breaking pockets. You know what I'm saying? Some girls, they do that for like a month and be like, nah, I can't live with myself. You said, can knowledge of self equip one? I guess you're saying equip one to not be thrown off their square. Interesting question. See, the thing is, man, when you say knowledge of self, right? Now, in my perception, correct me if I'm wrong, right? You're emphasizing the knowledge part, right? You're emphasizing that, okay, it's something that you can know that can make the change. But see, you also have to emphasize the self part. Because just the knowledge itself, no, it's not going to stop you from being thrown off the square. We just got finished talking about people who may have started with the knowledge of God, right? But they couldn't be born through the death, hell, and destruction. The three ciphers of death, hell, and destruction to make it home right. So it's not just the knowledge that's going to equip you to not be thrown off the square itself. You see what I'm saying? See, the knowledge is like, look, that's the will, right? But the self still has to be prepared. So, y'all know we've reached that juncture where, I asked, we got to start winding down. See, some of y'all that's new to the channel, y'all don't know these people. See, like last night, I told them I was out like 11 something. And they had me on here till 1 something. So you got to watch these people. So yeah, we're gonna wind this one down. We got any last questions here before we handle that hand? Let me see. Yeah, nah, I'm good. I ain't gonna turn it to a pumpkin today. See, I'm gonna tell you what it is. See, y'all gonna start making me think y'all do that on purpose. Because when I ask, it's their questions, right? Nobody never says that. They wait until right when I'm signing off, and then they put 5 questions in the comment box right there. See, I think I'm starting to figure out y'all fucking with me. I think I'm starting to figure that out. That's like y'all doing that. Y'all got some kind of Facebook group where y'all playing that out, or y'all just all negative just naturally. Y'all just do the same negativity just naturally. That's a real question. So I love how you keep it simply put. See, I think that's a byproduct of when you get the knowledge as a child. You know, see, these is a lot of complex concepts, you know what I'm saying? And on top of that, uh, you know, I was around, I was around my peers too, of course, you know, but I did spend a lot of time around older brothers. You know what I'm saying? People that was men that, even in terms of like, when they building, they speaking on experiences that I haven't had certain times, depending on what the cipher was about. You see what I mean? So in order for me to understand, I always had to be able to break everything down to a simple term where I could understand. You know what I'm saying? Like if people was talking about having kids or, what this happens or when you got the knowledge and you in this situation right here, like, yeah, nah, I never. Or, looking at a degree from a certain perspective. Or, and look, it could maybe even they talking about something in the past or something, something that happened before I was even birthed. So in order for me to understand these things, I had to be able to break it down to that level where, okay, now I got enough knowledge and wisdom. I know what you mean. You know what I'm saying? And then in time, right, when I got to those situations, then I had a little more understanding. Okay, now I see what that, all right, I know what to do here now. Because I remember when the guys was you know what I'm saying, building on that topic that they was going through, or they was building on that topic of how they had been through that. So Queen Know Her says, the self is the square. Now look, this is not the self. Everybody say who they want to say. Be who you want to be. But just for the record, Queen Know Her, I'm the truth. just a little FYI. I'm the truth. Right? Jay said he's about to splash out. Bread Pool TV. Wow, you really went back right there. Bread Pool TV got blast from the past. That's 94, 95. Yeah, that's strange question. Red Pool TV. This record never came out. How you know about that? You just hit me like, wait, hold up. Where you from? Hold on for a second. Yeah, back to that right there. That's some kind of Illuminati shit right there. How you find out? How you find out about that? You should roll with Russia at some point. Ooh, so that sounds. So what is the oh, okay, yeah. I was just thinking you know what I'm saying? Which right now, I'm thinking about a lot of people that return because it's either the day or tomorrow. Whenever stuff like that happens, I go into kind of a daze and shit where I don't really recall all of the events and shit. But either today or tomorrow, my whole earth returned to that. And sometime in this range, I think it's either sometime between here and the 24th. Matter of fact, let me hit my sister right now. She keeps track of that type of stuff. Shout out to the Forgotten Prophet. We got to do that show, but see, her born day is not, it's her born day is coming up. So we're going to do that on her born day. For those that's new to the channel, or you came in, sometime in the last little bit of time, I refer to my old earth as the Forgotten Prophet because, people see me now, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Just even in terms of the way they do the DNA, when they track your DNA, the men go through the father, the women go through the mother, the mother. You understand what I'm saying? And we talk about the 23 scientists and Elijah and Fard and Allah and all of this stuff. You understand what I mean? But she predicted certain shit too. You understand what I'm saying? Certain of the things that came about, was that was her work. She did her job bringing me up to 6. You know what I'm saying? She brought me to the fullest of 6, so that when it was time for me to step up to 7, I was fully prepared. You know what I'm saying? So because of that, I refer to her as the forgotten prophet, because she doesn't appear in the lessons. She's not mentioned in the lessons. You see what I'm saying? If you look in there and find Miss, but it definitely tells you what would have happened, if, whatever you refer to your mother, I'm saying the forgotten prophet, if they don't do what they supposed to do, right? Then you end up made blind, deaf, and dumb by the devil when you was babies, right? Because she wasn't, she could have did more, but fortunately for all of us, because we here, I look at that as it must be evidence that everybody here on earth did their job as well. You know what I'm saying? So we'll get more into that when it's her show. When we do the Forgotten Prophet anniversary special, I guess there. You know what I'm saying? But saying all I had to say, getting back, you know what I'm saying? Akim, you know, he was another one of the gladiators, y'all never got to meet. There was some people, earlier I said, Jakim, sometimes he had a tendency to go in the wrong direction. Jakim was another gladiator. You know what I'm saying? Like, these was a couple of brothers that, there was other gladiators. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. But in particular, these two brothers is gone now. You know what I'm saying? Jakim and Akim. And, both of them was people that, if I gave them knowledge on day 1, on day 2, they showed back up with some people. Especially Jakim. Jakim was one of the people that, look, there you go right there. He used to be times, look, I'm just standing there like this. I see Jakim coming down the block with somebody 7 feet tall, 300 pounds. Here you go, Jakim. Yeah, there you go right there. Yeah, say that to him. Let me see you say that to him. You like, Akim too, man. You know what I'm saying? But his demeanor was much smoother than Jakim, though. So, he came back and he was very successful with his family and just all the people, but it was a whole like that section of New York, he's partially responsible. Like the knowledge was up there, a handful of people. You know what I'm saying? But when he got it, kind of took off. You know what I'm saying? So, just saying all that to say that, because, it's the time I'm thinking about a lot of people that, over the years, man, like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's other motherfuckers that's here where you just like, yo, son, what are you doing here? And Ak is gone. What the fuck is up with that? You see what I'm saying? Now you're gonna wait. You're gonna wait. See, when I asked the question, you see what happened? Now all of a sudden, he comes with a 5-hour question. A question that requires a 5-hour conversation. So these are some of is who's been here from day one? Is Jess still here? Was this remember the original Mythbuster? I can't remember his name now. The original Mythbuster. And I'm pretty sure that this was the original, the very first controversial topic on this channel was who's the 23 scientists? Is that correct, Justice? You still on? 793rd, you still on? Yeah, I remember this joke, boy, but man, you got these shits on a cap. Hey, listen, you record this shit better than me. Hey man, shout out, man. Get somebody remembers. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, when you say, I mean, is this rhetorical? The question he asked is, who are the 23 scientists once and for all? Yeah, divine truth been around from the beginning. Yeah, I'm fairly sure that was the first one. The original Mythbuster, and the other brother, I can't recall his name now, but he was in the Gen Sport posse. Mr. Spock. Mr. Spock in the original Mythbuster. Yeah, somewhere in the archives. You got to look back, and that's going to be like December 2019. Somewhere between December 2019 and February of 2020. But I don't know if y'all want to really get into that because that whoo. I think we spent like the first 3 or 4, like, because remember we had a while where I was just doing uploads before the live stream started. I'm not sure. Matter of fact, let me see. What is our first live stream? videos. Good, dude. What the fuck? Looks like we getting to maybe ready. That's it. Okay, yeah. Like this. Okay. So this, these was the first live streams? Okay, so the first couple of live streams is classes, right? So the first live stream is, what's the date here? December 10th, 2019. That's the first live stream period. I gotta scroll through this whole shit again. That was, I guess, those is the beginning of the civilization classes on live stream. It's December 10th. Okay, and the first live stream outside of the context of that is December 25th. Little Christmas celebration there for you. (2019). Yeah, Jansport Posse. The Jansport Posse is almost as how many only Don Bishop is still left from the Jansport Posse. Was Justice on, was just I don't think Justice was Jansport Posse. I think Justice was Side Rally Smoke Squad. Yeah, wow, that's crazy, man. Just that I'm saying the amount of time that this has been going on, that's what's bugged out to me. I think that the pandemic threw me off, like timing wise. You know what I'm saying? Like I have to think about things now in terms of like, okay, that happened during the pandemic, or that happened a long time before the pandemic. So it's like that's been 4 years. So then that kind of like, you know, like sometimes you never had that conversation with somebody where you talking about something that happened, right? And the person's like, nah, and then you like, nah, something that happened before the pandemic. And they like, oh shit, word, yo, that shit was like 6 or 7 years ago. Encyclopedia Brown was myth busted. True self, you been around since then? How you been around that long you didn't get a name? All right, I keep forgetting to hit my sister.
That chicken?
Hmm?
You messed with chicken?
You cooked it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't even noticed, man. By the time I finished doing what I was doing,
Finally was done.
yeah, no, I ain't even know. You said, what is so religious in supporting God through monetary donations? Who said that? Listen, you know, now I don't know if you're talking about me. I might be being a little presumptuous here, but if you're talking about supporting me through monetary donations, that is actually 100% right and exact. Listen, that's what we all got the knowledge for. See, you found a way to come out right after you've been through hell. she'll tell you right now. You say you don't see nothing wrong with it. But see, here's the thing. It's nothing wrong, right, with you dealing with that equality, right? There is something wrong with selling air, AIR, right? Meaning that the air is just out here. You understand what I'm saying? And we all supposed to have the air. You understand what I'm saying? See, I got the knowledge for free. If anything, a lot of brothers, there was a time like that where the older brothers used to just give us money all the time. Oh yeah, I was finishing saying what I was saying though, but yeah, it's I got the knowledge for free, right? So for me to turn around and package it, you know what I'm saying, and then say, yeah, he Kareem, that's his name, Mr. Spot. Now I ain't see Mr. Spot in a minute, but now I remember it was him. That's Mr. Spot. The original Mythbuster that's somebody else. I can't recall his name. So yeah, my sister just informed me that actually I'm way off. But my sister, sometimes I think she just wants me to be wrong. She's still mad about me not letting her watch Strawberry Shortcake on Saturday. He's distracting me. But just in general, that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? Is that, look, in order for you to sell something, you gotta own it. This knowledge is not yours to be selling. This ain't like a picture that you painted or a song that you made. You understand what I'm saying? Or a meal that you prepared for you to cook it. The people that, we can't say they made it because this is reality, right? the universe come from this. This ain't come from the universe. But the people who prepared this gave it out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure if there's some kind of process with dues or whatever in the mosque. You see, if you hear what everybody, you know, the people who had a problem with what he was doing then, it's that, yo, bro, you giving this shit out to kids, man. What are you doing? So see, at that point, it makes it cheesy for you to turn around and sell it. You see what I'm saying? But in terms of, you know, brothers dealing with equality, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we you know what I'm saying? That Robbie coming around, yo, God, I'm about to go to the restaurant over here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we deal with equality. Or, you know, it may be something, you know what I'm saying, a brother may have helped you. It might don't be a what for what. You know what I'm saying? He might help you in one situation and you help him in another situation. You understand what I'm saying? But, you know, just in terms of, you know, like I said, your equality is your equality. But you can't put no price on the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, you know, and look, shout out to him. I hate to harp on it, but this is what we telling Saladin. See, like right now, if you go and you know, see, like right, you know, and we don't do it like that. See, like I told you, you have to go and examine everything that I say and don't take it on face value. So then you could be able to show and prove it. But this is what I'm saying, right? If you come on here, I'm teaching you certain shit, and then you're going to go and sell people, where's my cut, bro? Like, how you going to leave out the other people who put in all the work so that this can exist? So that you can have it at the level where you have it, where you ain't got the, you know, certain ground has been covered for you. So that's what's wrong, you know, like I said, you know, people dealing in equality. You know, that's one thing. Right. So you say right here, for no reward, I do right because it's right without the sword above my head. Exactly. See, your reward is peace and happiness. You know what I'm saying? You know, even though this is a little bit above and beyond, you know, there's people that I gave the knowledge to, right? That they didn't have as much time. You know what I'm saying? People I gave knowledge to, I'm saying, you know, physically, you know, in the flesh, that they didn't have as much face time with me as this right here. Please, brother, they saying I can. Yeah, nah, I can't. They didn't get to see me this much. You know, so in terms of, you know, not for nothing, that is kind of why I keep it at that limit. You see, that's my equality. Like, see, these 2 days, right? I was already teaching. So I can come on and, you know, we can build. You know what I'm saying? We add on, we discuss whatever topics, you know what I'm saying? If people grow from it, that's peace. You know what I'm saying? Now, once we start to go over the 2 days, yeah, I got shit to do. You see what I'm saying? Like in the beginning, it was the pandemic. So everybody was streaming every day. You know what I'm saying? But now it's not the pandemic. So yeah, if once we go above that, then I gotta start thinking about. But see, if I do that, right, that's what I did. Y'all didn't make no deal with me to give me no currency. You understand what I'm saying? So, I'm not going to say that. I don't, if I got time, I come on another time. You know what I'm saying? If I could do it out of the equality. If not, then I gotta handle what I gotta handle. You know what I'm saying? But at the point when, you coming on every day or something, doing live streams, now this has changed from just being my duty, right, into being my job once I'm doing it at a certain level. We took a 40 hours a week or something. You see what I'm saying? But like I said, those is two separate things. You know what I'm saying? Look, that actually that was one of the deciding factors. Before I knew what the knowledge was about, right? Even a little before I had the knowledge, it was this answer that used to be on like different train stations and shit. All up and down the train line where I rushed, the different places I would be going. And just in general, he used to always look out for us. You know what I'm saying? It was me, a couple of other little kids, and like if we came to a train station or whatever, and he was there, because they there posted all day making their sales. So he would let us know, like, yo, it's police or it's no police. Like, sometimes we would come in the train station and he just open the door for us, like, yeah, it's good. So we should talk to him. You know what I'm saying? And he had all the books and everything. And so one day I just asked him, like, yo, what's these books about? You know what I mean? Because he got the books every day and shit. And he said, buy it and find out. You know what I'm saying? And that just hit me the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? Where it was like, buy it and find out. Like, even if I go to the library, I go to a bookstore, the person tells me a little bit like that was just funny style to me. You know what I'm saying? And then a couple of months later, I think it wasn't that long. It was like literally, I could have went that way. Y'all could have lost me. You know what I'm saying? But look, a couple months later, they give me the math for free. And that shit stuck with me. That, yo, this is way different. You know what I'm saying? And then other things used to happen. The guys used to come through and, at one time, it was like White Castle was like the guy's spot where everybody, they come to the block, give us money and take us to White Castle. And even if you didn't want nothing, they just ordered a bag full of stuff and gave it to you and just broke out. Sometimes they leave you at the White Castle. Sometimes they bring you back. Sometimes they might put you in a cab, give you money for the trade, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I remember when I came down here and the brother Positive Influence from out there, and he was from Queensbridge. And Paz was my man, you know what I'm saying? So I see him, but this like when I'm young guys, so we first meet each other. So he asked me the degree I was on, we was building for a second, and then he was like, yo, let's go to Kentucky Fried Chicken. So we get there, right? I don't got no loot. We get there, and he gets the 2-piece. And so we walk back over by the school, and when we get over there, he gives me the big piece. And that just is that was I don't know what the word is, but that definitely, that impressed me. That was I realized that these guys, well, that gave me the impression that these guys was all right. You know what I'm saying? So that was an important aspect, of me getting the knowledge, you know what I'm saying, and remaining in the knowledge, you know what I'm saying, was the level of equality that, brothers was dealing with. You see what I'm saying? And see, even, think about it. For me to say that those things is my experiences coming into the knowledge, and then tell you it's 1999. Yeah, that's some shit that you. Yeah, that's some cheesy. That's where they do that. No, what you saying in terms of the equality, right? Because see, look, when you're dealing with equality, that there's an understanding. You know what I'm saying? A understanding of what it might take for me to do this. Yeah, Jashim too. I don't remember what happened to Jashim. Was Jashim was he was Jansport Posse? Man, that's wild, right? It's been so long that it's like old school people and shit. It's like old school people that remember and shit, like the older guys and shit, man. But just saying that, look, this course, I spent money, a little bit of money to do this. You know what I'm saying? In terms like, see, like now when you hear the music and the pictures and all of that come up, I got an app that I pay for that does that. You see what I'm saying? You see, like when you see those other channels with all the fancy shit moving on the screen and all of that, like yeah, shit. Those are people that's what they doing though. They got all the shit, but I'm just saying that look, that's up to y'all. But see, if you put any barrier between somebody and knowing their birthright, you kind of crossing the lines over into Yakub territory. You know what I'm saying? That's what freedom is. There's not supposed to be no barriers, and the money becomes a barrier. I think one of your I think a message that you typed didn't come through. because it said that was his response. Just off of genetics. I mean, I had a whole conversation with a guy. I had a whole conversation with a guy, he was colored man, but he was convinced that he was God. You know what I'm saying? And see, he was very articulate. He was very intelligent. And he was of the impression that his ability to communicate supreme mathematics, meant that he was God. But see, like I said, I'm able to discern high intelligence from supreme intelligence. So you can have a person of just high intellectual ability that understands the concepts, right? They know enough about scientific and historic topics that they may be able to articulate it, better than us, better than you, better than me, I'm saying. I doubt they could articulate better than a Robbie. But at the end of the day, it's not the lessons and it's not talking, that, is the evidence of who we are. There's some things that's only, now that the Christians say that, some things is only possible through Christ. See, some things is only possible through the original man and the original woman. The first thing being the Black child. The foremost thing being, see, all your philosophy, what the fuck does it mean if we're not even here? So, there's that part. That's why anybody can get the lessons off of Amazon. Speaking of that, I was thinking about that. I don't know, did we speak on that? Because I was still, I'm still intrigued by that. I know what y'all thinking, but yeah, I get intrigued by some of the simplest things. I'm still intrigued when the brother said he pulled up the lessons. He's like, yeah, I pulled up the lesson while we was building. Because you know what I was thinking? You know how many ciphers I was in where, if that was possible, like if that was possible, you know what I'm saying? back in the day, when somebody over you say, yo, high school age degree. So hold on, let me pull that up. Yo, listen, do you know how different the world would be right now? You can just, yo, bro, yo, listen, you remember them 17 million people we was looking for? They still be here. If you can pull up 120 lessons just like that, you know, while we build, like, hold up, just go ahead, y'all continue on with the cipher. I'm gonna pull it up. Yo, that would have changed everything. That would have changed everything. But not for nothing, you know, people do that. Like, I don't want to blow people's cover. I want to blow people's cover, but look, see, you ask people today's mathematics. You ever ask somebody today's math or today's degree, and they look at their phone? That's because the date is on the home screen. See that? You got the date on the home screen. So really, that's what they did without saying. Now, let me pull that up. See, back in the days, it used to be the watch. See, people, you had the date on the watch, so the motherfucker try to look at his watch. You know, I mean, there's nothing wrong with checking, but just saying that, damn, you know, you should have checked already. You know, like if you really was planning on using the mathematics today, you was planning on applying today's mathematics, how was you going to do that and you didn't know what it was? That must not have really been in your plans. You see, and now look, this is, you know, this is the training from back in the days. That this is like brushing your teeth and washing your face. Like we said, you say that, like, yo, you know, you wash your face, you know, did you wash your mind? Like back in the day, we used to say that. But say, yeah, see, I'm brainwashed. Because I washed all the negativity out of my brain, all the filth flying filth. Death, hell, and destruction. I washed my brain, just like I washed my body. Now, see, look, for the new people, if y'all notice, right? When I first said that, look, I'm gonna start winding this down. You know, let's start ending the show now because I know these people and how they drag out the end of the show. That was an hour ago. So look, let that be a lesson to you. See, people always think I'm talking crazy until the shit happens. So at any rate, we're gonna go ahead and wind this one down officially. I think, well, Booney, I don't remember seeing you on the channel before. So, welcome to the channel. Anybody that's new, of course, hit the subscribe button. Everybody else that made it this far, do each one teach one. Hit the like button. Like I always say, if we get a chance, we'll be back on later in the week. But also, like I just said, look, y'all got y'all freebies. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, it's if I feel like it, you know what I'm saying? But you know, either way, you know what I'm saying? We got a large born day coming up, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if we're gonna make it back on for that. We got all of the around the nation, it's gonna be different celebrations, you know what I'm saying? I know there's some big things going on in the DMV area, some big things going on out in Newark. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be some festivities and everything at the rally. You know what I'm saying? So I guess happy Father's Day, to everybody out there. I'd say that to y'all early. And other than that, we're gonna sign off and say peace.